You're watching ActorsE. I'm your host, Sandro Monetti. And you know, the phrase Hollywood's next big thing is often overused, but it certainly applies to our guest today. She's an LA-based British actress who stars in a whole string of upcoming movies, including the new Tom Hanks film, Saving Mr. Banks, which is about the making of Mary Poppins, in which she plays Julie Andrews. Please welcome actress, singer and model, the sensational victoriasummer.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome, Victoria.
Thank you.
What did it mean to you to play someone as iconic as Julie Andrews?
Well, it was an absolute honour. I grew up watching Julie Andrews. I must have watched The Sound of Music hundreds of times as a child and completely idolised her. So yes, it was undescribably a huge honour.
Now, this movie is about the making of Mary Poppins. It seems such like a happy film. Was there much backstage drama that merits a whole movie about the making of this film?
Backstage drama? I mean, no, not really. I mean, I met Tom Hanks backstage. I guess you could say that was extremely exciting. You know, I say I met Tom Hanks, but really he was actually being Walt Disney and was the whole time on set and backstage.
Well, I understand the drama was that Walt Disney was a big fan of the Mary Poppins book, but P.L. Travers, the author, didn't want to sell out to Hollywood.
Absolutely, that's right, and that's what the movie's about.
So, now who's in the picture there with you, and what are we looking at?
Okay, so we're looking at Tom Hanks on the left, and then the chap in the middle is Jerry. He was taking the event there and interviewing everybody, and that's me as Julie Andrews, and on the far right there is Chris Kaya as Dick Van Dyke.
An uncanny look-alike there. It looks like you were filming at Grauman's Chinese Theatre, if I recognise that correctly.
We were. We recreated the 1964 premiere, which was absolutely incredible.
Now, also in the movie is Emma Thompson, and she plays P.L. Travers, the writer of Mary Poppins, who wasn't too happy with the film version, I understand. Please compare for me Emma Thompson's working methods and those of Tom Hanks.
Emma Thompson. Well, Tom was being his character the whole time on set, as
There's
I
Emma.
said. Emma was her beautiful, bubbly self, and I have to tell you that, you know, I was so happy to meet her, and as soon as I walked into her makeup trailer, she gave me a huge hug and said, "Hello, Victoria, welcome to our set," and she was just the most gracious person, and it was an honour to meet her too, so, yeah.
And I'm wondering if Julie Andrews will attend the movie's actual premiere when it comes out in December 2013. And if she does, what are the first words you're going to say to Julie Andrews?
I'm not sure I'll be able to speak. I'll just say it was an absolute honour to be able to play you, you know, in the movie, I suppose. Unless I can think of anything better to say.
Well, that film comes out, like I said, December 2013, right in time for Oscar season. But as we speak now, in May 2013, you have a new movie out, just released, called How Sweet It Is.
Yes.
Please tell us about that film and what your role in it is.
Well, it's about a down-and-out theatre producer and writer who's also an alcoholic, Joe Piscopo, and he owes a lot of money to a mafia guy, Paul Sorvino, and to pay back that debt, he gets him to put on a musical full of all the other people who also owe him money. And I'm one of the people that owes him money because I'm a British teacher who punched a kid. And
I hate it when the teachers do that. Yes.
Me too.
Yes.
Me too.
You know, I once had a teacher, Basher Bentley, he was called, and I was terrible at math. So his way of helping me learn was to hit me with the math book. You know, it's like, no, Sandra, no. And it's very effective. I passed my exam. Now, these days, he'd be had up on charges for that.
Absolutely,
but, yeah.
Absolutely.
You ever have any teachers who hit you?
Not that I can remember, unless I was knocked out.
So this teacher you play in the movie, yeah, you were telling me before she's a bit of a misfit. I suppose that's why.
She's a bit of a misfit, yes. She's a bit of a misfit. She has an anger management problem, but she has a beautiful voice.
Ah, right. Because you also sing in How Sweet It Is, and as we'll find out that you have a beautiful voice as well. So let's take a look at a clip from How Sweet It Is and just hear you singing. Is there anything you want to set up about this clip, Victoria?
Oh, this is the finale of the movie. This is the finale of the musical, and it's the first time we get to see the two leads of the musical singing together. So.
Right, and you're blonde in this as well.
But blondie.
Yeah. Oh, there she is. Let's have a look and a listen now. Yeah.
Stage on my own. It's the very beginning of me singing the song, and yeah, blonde, just like Julie Andrews, but just longer and curlier. And yeah, this is pretty much my big moment in the movie, and you know, it was an absolute pleasure to sing this song. Matt DeHaan, who wrote this song, it's all original music, by the way, in this musical, and beautiful lyrics. When I first heard this song, I got goosebumps. And it was amazing to have the dancers coming in the background and such colourful set and costumes, and it was one of my favourite moments. Looking back on making a movie,
that's how sweet it is, and how sweet it will be to see Victoria Summer at selected movie theatres at the moment. Now, before we continue with your current hot streak in Hollywood, Julie Andrews always used to say, let's start at the very beginning, because that's a very good place to start.
Yes.
So I want to take you back. What was your life like in England as a starry-eyed kid?
Life like in England? Well, I mean, I grew up in a place called Berkshire, just west of London. My parents got divorced when I was 8. I started dancing when I was 3. And, you know, I was not like any normal kid. I went to school. I was a very good girl. I always did my homework. And
didn't get punched by the teachers?
I didn't get punched by the teachers. No, not that I can remember. You
said you started dancing at the age of 3. So where did this sort of desire to perform come from, do you think?
Well, I think it started right there. I've always been an early riser. In fact, I still am. But I remember getting up really early in the morning as a child, before everybody was awake and before breakfast, and going to the lounge and putting on Tchaikovsky and dancing to it on my own, and that was sort of my moment of freedom.
Other people would put on the Spice Girls, you put on Tchaikovsky. Yes.
Exactly.
Those are sophisticated children they have in Berkshire, aren't they, really?
Swan Lake, and the Nutcracker, that was my favourite. And so that was really where my passion started, I think, was from dancing, and from dancing came song and dance, and I used to do Maidenhead Festival, local festivals, and
you can read more about our guest on victoriasummer.com, you know, where we have your whole bio there. You're this sort of showbiz performing kid in England. Do you come from a long tradition of actors and performers in your family?
No, I'm the black sheep. The black sheep. There's no one in my family who does it. Yes, my mother worked in a school. She's retired now, and my father was a salesman of building materials, and then worked in a bank later on. And so no.
So sort of how exciting for them then to have this sort of child performer in the family. So were you doing talent shows, plays, festivals?
Well, I think I was doing it all, and I'm not sure how excited they were, because of course they were traipsing back and forth every weekend, getting me to places and taking me to dance lessons. And I think it was a struggle, quite frankly, because I was a child that wanted to do everything. I wanted to ride horses. I was very sporty, and of course, you know, my dancing was my big passion, and singing. So.
After the break, we'll be finding out how Victoria made those ambitions came true and was able to do everything in Hollywood. You're watching ActorsE.
The great thing about NNow Media is the one-stop shop. We are soup to nuts. We have writers, directors, producers, animators, motion graphics artists, editors, videographers, musicians, all under one roof. And we are a boutique creative house where we actually do the creative at much more affordable price and have the staff in-house to execute it professionally. My name is John Palacio.
My name is Luis Montez.
My name is Paul Robinson.
I am Jesse Cervantes.
I'm Curtis Peel.
My name is Ben Joran.
One of the most common questions we have from potential clients is, how does it work? What happens when you engage NNow Media to create a video, a marketing campaign?
It first starts with, obviously having the phone conversation with the client.
Brainstorm with them to come up with a really good concept and a really good idea to push whatever they're trying to do to the next level.
Only with that in mind can we really try to tailor a concept and a script for their exact audience that fits in with their branding and the message they want to tell.
We'll storyboard it out, get a real rough idea of what we want to do.
We'll then present the client with a couple of options, different ways that we could go with some of the things that we've come up with.
And they'll say this is good, and then we'll come back and we'll start animating that or designing it or editing it.
Our clients are generally, like to be really hands-on, and we'd like to hear from you kind of all along the board. There's no surprises.
What we like to do with every partner is we actually create a page on the EndNow website.
So they can give feedback, and that way, when the time we get to the final product, usually there's not a whole lot more revisions to do because we've already been working together the whole time.
The big difference is that real personal, creative touch.
We have a creative group that can execute that vision, whether it's animation, video, motion graphics, and do so with some unique creative that is custom tailored to that business.
Dream it up. It's video. It's magic. It can happen.
Welcome back to ActorsE. Now, please remember to go to actorsreporter.com and click on the Actors Discount link, and that way you'll get discounts on a wonderful range of services and products from our wonderful sponsors. Our guest today is the wonderful actress, singer, model, Victoria Summer.
Hello.
And just before the break, Victoria was telling us that she was just a child in England with a dream. And she's made that dream come true. But I was fascinated to know how you sort of set about it. So you're this starry-eyed kid in England. You've been doing plays, festivals, dancing sort of everywhere. But how do you turn this passion into a profession?
Well, I was encouraged by my drama teacher at school, Louise Robertson, to pursue it. And I auditioned at the drama schools in London, and I got a scholarship to arts educational schools for a 3-year course in musical theatre. So I went ahead and did that course, and that was really the beginning.
Terrific. And so what are some of the things they taught you there that you still use today?
Oh, so much. I mean, 3 years is obviously, it's a long time, and you study accents, you study all different types of dancing, camera work obviously for TV, poise as an actor, being grounded, I mean, there's so much, but I think you learn the most really when you actually are on set. That's the best experience possible.
Well, at the end of the 3 years, then they sort of like throw you out. You're out in the big wide world of acting. So was it quite easy for you to transition from the art school to actually get employment?
Yes, I actually got my first job towards the end of my 3 years. So
wow, that's the way to do it.
It was.
Yes.
It was, which is wonderful. I didn't even make my graduation because I was in rehearsals for my first musical, which was Brighton Rock, directed by the wonderful Michael Attenborough at the Almeida Theatre in London.
Oh, the Almeida, that's one of London's most prestige theatres. Yeah, and you've appeared on a lot of major stages in London. So you basically started in musical theatre. So tell us some of the other roles that you played.
Well, after I did Brighton Rock, I was one of the 3 little maids in the opera, Gilbert and Sullivan's The Mikado.
Oh, a favourite of mine.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then I did Alfie, the musical version.
Of the Michael Caine film, yes.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah.
And then after that, I actually got the role in The Zombie Diaries, the movie.
Oh, this was your break into film.
It was.
Yes.
It was actually the first film audition I'd ever had. And I didn't think I was going to get the role at all. It was a super relaxed audition in somebody's house, and I was just...
There it is, the Zombie Diaries.
I was really nervous because I didn't really know what I was doing, and I ended up getting the role, so that was wonderful.
Which I watched as preparation for this interview.
Thank you.
And yes, now what was fascinating to me, as the zombies are doing their path of destruction, killing everybody in England, you actually survived the movie.
I did. I have to ask you something.
Yes.
Were you hiding underneath the blankets?
It was there were some pretty gross moments, you know. It was pretty scary, and then as beautiful as you are, what a makeup job, because you look pretty rough at the end. You'd been basically spent weeks attacked by zombies.
I do.
But they couldn't kill you.
No, they couldn't kill
me. And they
me.
couldn't turn you into a zombie.
They couldn't, and I was blonde in that movie too.
Yes.
And
the indestructible blonde Victoria Summer.
Yes, yes.
You're a scream queen.
I am a scream
Yes.
queen. I'm fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. Yeah.
Now, how you see, acting careers are wonderful, aren't they? So you're trained in musical theatre, you've been singing on the stage, you know, and then you end up chased by zombies for 6 months.
What an entrance.
Quite a transition. How did you cope with it?
To be honest with you, I was sort of didn't really know what I was doing on my first movie. I was sort of looking around it going, oh, is that how that works? Oh, interesting, okay. And I didn't, so it was a huge learning curve for me, honestly, just to be on a movie. So it was great. It was great fun.
But after all this stage work, the Zombie Diaries had really given you a taste for film, hadn't it? So,
Absolutely, and of course you have to, it's a very different acting experience as well. Everything's very small. When you're out and you're doing musical theatre, it's much bigger and you play to the gods, and you know, when it comes to acting, it's all right down in the eyes, you know.
yeah, it's all in the close-up, you know.
in the close-up.
Yes. And what spectacular eyes those are.
Thank you.
Now, with a look like that, of course, you have to come to Hollywood. So you know, how soon after making the Zombie Diaries did you decide, yes, it's the big movie stage that I'm looking for?
Well, I was always heavily into self-improvement and really have been my whole life. I'm a big reader and I spend most of my time, I was telling you actually before the show that, you know, I don't have a TV in my house and I listen to music and I read books, and that's really what I do. And I studied self-improvement for such a long time and I made all these big goals of what I wanted to do in my life. And I mean, I literally just turned up in Hollywood with 2 suitcases.
And no money at all?
Not much.
Yeah.
Enough to stay for a bit.
Yeah. So now, was it like your experience in England? You go to your first audition and you automatically get it, or did you have to gather life experience and do some other jobs, you know, before the roles came?
Oh, a huge amount of life experience, and no, I found it very difficult to book jobs actually, and I was working in Beverly Hills as a nanny.
You see, there's another Mary Poppins link right there. No wonder they cast you in that role.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm still doing it actually.
Yeah.
But
I imagine you'd be a very good nanny.
I love children.
Yeah.
So yes, I love being around children. I can, so being around, singing to children.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Have you ever sung Spoonful of Sugar to any children you've been looking after in your sort of nanny duties?
Yes.
Natural casting as Julie Andrews. And were there some other jobs that you did as well?
I worked as a personal assistant. I must say, Sandra, I've never worked in a restaurant. I never did
You've
that.
never been a waitress? You call yourself an actress and you've never been a waitress?
I never did that.
Shame on you, Victoria Summer.
But I was working maybe 30, 40-hour weeks nannying in the beginning, just to stay alive and to keep eating. So that's always important.
And then, so what do you think was the breakthrough? Because you were auditioning a lot, not getting roles, and then suddenly it all changes for you. You know, you start booking like commercials and TV jobs and movie stuff. So what was the one thing that you did differently that you think suddenly changed you to make you much more employable?
I think I chopped all my hair off, and that was the turning point.
Oh, there we see you with longer hair there in that
Yes.
in that picture.
And I had very long hair actually. After
Yeah.
I did the movie Dracula Reborn, I had very long dark hair, and I literally just one day decided, no, that's it. I'm just going to chop it all off. So that's what I did, and yes, after that, I booked a lot more print work.
Well, let's mention Dracula Reborn before we go back to the haircut. So, maybe they saw you in the Zombie Diaries and thought, yes, this is the horror girl for us. So what's the concept of Dracula Reborn, which came out in 2012?
Well, basically, it's the remake of Dracula set in modern-day Los Angeles. And Mr. Vampire drives a Mercedes and wears an Armani suit, so...
What does he drive?
You know, like an SL, I don't know, a black Mercedes.
Where in Los Angeles does he live? I need to be warned where Dracula is.
Malibu, huge house in Malibu.
Where
That's
else?
where we're filming.
So the message of this movie is that there's like a sharp-dressed guy in Malibu. He could actually be Dracula.
Yes.
Yeah. Do you survive that movie as well?
Actually, I do.
Wow, the girl they cannot kill. So after Dracula Reborn, you decide, okay, I'm going to cut my hair. That's a difficult decision for any actress. Was it something you wrestled with for a while?
I did wrestle with it, honestly. I mean, I think there's that always that thing when you come to Hollywood. I mean, I had long blonde hair when I came to Hollywood, and then I went darker, and I put in hair extensions. I took out hair extensions. I did all sorts of things with my hair, but I think I just found myself, with short hair, I felt more like me, and I think that's the most important thing.
Was there any star that particularly inspired this look?
Any star?
Because it looks very Audrey Hepburn-esque to me in a way, you know, the pixie cut.
Yes, I mean, I'm a huge Audrey Hepburn fan. So yes, I'd probably say I'm sure, yeah, Audrey Hepburn. Yeah.
Who are some of the other great stars that have sort of influenced you as you set about building your career and your performance?
Probably first and foremost, Kate Winslet. I mean, I always look toward her career. I mean, we were both born in Berkshire, and in fact, we were both born in the same hospital.
Wow.
Which is
yes.
pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've always been just so inspired by her, of the type of characters that she's chosen to take on and the decisions she's made about the movie roles that she's taken. And I think she's a very educated actress. I think she's extremely intelligent, and I very much admire her. Kate Beckinsale.
Oh, Kate Beckinsale, yes, yes. Another intelligent brunette there. And there's Kate Winslet there. And,
Red.
Wow, redhead, yeah.
Fiery.
She changed her hair, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. You know, there's another example there. So, taking all this sort of information and influences, and with the new haircut, you, as well as acting work, you book a lot of commercial work all of a sudden, and modelling gigs. Tell us about how much you enjoy those and some of the campaigns that you've done.
I love them. Honestly, it's all creativity for me. It's all fun. You dress up, you do makeup, you're on set, and for me, just being on set, whether I'm doing a movie, a commercial, a print job, a voiceover, you know, in the studio, I love being there.
Lovely modelling shot there, Victoria.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So, yes, I've done various print campaigns: Marriott Hotels, Samsung, Amazon Kindle. Yes, I mean, I've really had a really great run of it since I cut my hair.
Yeah, I'm watching like the Golden Globes and the Oscars, you know, and there you are in the commercial break. So that must be pretty cool. Great to see you on those kind of things.
Yeah.
And hand in hand with this is your sort of burgeoning movie career. And the latest movie you shot was called Higher Mission.
Yes.
Oh, hello. Yeah, there's
Hi.
another
Bikini bottoms.
Bikini bottoms. Yeah, that's not from Higher Mission, but I just enjoy the photograph.
Thank you.
Yes. So now tell us about filming Higher Mission and the genre and the style of that film.
Higher Mission, action movie, first action movie I've ever done.
Yeah.
Opposite the wonderfully talented and enthusiastic Casper Van Dien.
Oh, who made his name in the action movie Starship Troopers, of course.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. And he was great to work with. I had a lot of fun on set, and he inspired me actually because he's really good at stunts, and he wanted to do all his own stunts, so I wanted to do all my own stunts.
What stunts did you do?
Well, you know, fun stuff like going up in a helicopter.
Were you hanging out of a helicopter, Victoria?
Yeah, hanging out. As you do. You know, it's just fun stuff, fight scenes, you know, this and that. And I just love that. And I must admit that after I'd done that movie, I wanted to do more of the stunt work, and I definitely wanted to do more action movies. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you know, training always helps actors, of course. And during your 3-year study, you learned sort of stage combat, didn't you? Was any of that able to come in useful on Higher Mission?
Yep, definitely, yeah. And I want to do more. I'm planning on taking up some mixed martial arts classes. Yes, I think it's important that I just think it's exciting when you can do your own stunts, and you know, you don't have to use your double, and like Tom Cruise, you just do your own thing. And
well, there's Casper Van Dien, your leading man in Higher Mission.
Looking very tan.
Yes, he is indeed. Yeah. And another skill that you utilised in that movie was your many accents that you can draw on. Which accent do you use in that movie?
In Higher Mission, I'm blonde again. There's a blonde thing going on, isn't there?
Yeah.
A blonde theme. And yes, I play a Russian blonde. Yeah, Bond girl style.
All right, excellent.
Yeah.
And did that? Oh, there you are with Casper. There you are with your blonde hair.
Yes, poor Casper looks a bit beaten up.
Wow, look at that. Did you punch him?
Wasn't me.
All right.
Wasn't me.
When can we see Higher Mission in theatres?
2013, coming out the end of 2013.
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. We look forward to that one. So, did you need much sort of vocal coaching for that?
Actually, one of my original songs, that Truth Hurts, I sung in that movie. So that was an absolute honour. That is now part of the soundtrack of the movie.
Okay, well, after the break, we will ask you to sing that live. But first, we have a chatter question. And yes, what's the chatter question, Pep?
The chatter question is, so how is it to work with these famous people, Tom Hanks,
Casper Van Dien? Yeah, well, you know, you're just a girl from England with 2 suitcases, and you find yourself, you know, starring in these films with these huge stars. What does that do to your head?
I mean, it was marvelous. For me, meeting Tom Hanks, I actually really didn't know what to say to him, quite frankly. I think I just mumbled something. So that was incredible for me, because I always remember watching Forrest Gump and Castaway and all these huge movies that I just thought were just amazing, and I had such an emotional response to. So yes, I mean, it's incredible. It's almost like a dream.
Now, who are the stars that you would like to work with most in the future?
Tom Cruise.
What do you admire about Tom's career?
Well, I admire the fact that he's another very educated actor, and you know, he's so enthusiastic and so excited about movie making, and you know, he does everything. He does his own stunts. He's continually creating. There's just so much inspiration there that you could just see it in his eyes, you know. So.
Well, he's currently developing Mission Impossible 5. So if you're watching, Tom, you know, Victoria can not only do the stunts, she can sing the theme tune as well.
There you go. I'd be happy to, Tom.
There you
Anytime.
go. Send us a chatter question in the box under the viewing box, Tom, and then, you know, we'll see if Victoria's available. Now, after the break, you'll hear our guests singing live. So come back after the break. You're watching ActorsE.
Over her long career, Nina Foch appeared in classic films such as Spartacus, The Ten Commandments, and An American in Paris. She received an Academy Award nomination for her performance in Robert Wise's Executive Suite. In 1965, Nina Foch arrived here at USC to begin teaching directing, and I was lucky enough to get into one of her first classes. Even as she continued acting in film and television, Nina's passion for teaching lasted for over 40 years. Her course was immensely popular because she developed her own unique style, drawing on her experiences studying with Lee Strasberg, Stella Adler, and Uta Hagen, and being directed by such icons as Vincent Minnelli, Stanley Kubrick, Cecil B. DeMille, and Otto Preminger. As I began directing, the tremendous value of her teachings became evident and how important it was to preserve them for future generations. We became close friends, and at a cinema department event, we ran into my former classmate, George Lucas, who invited us up to Skywalker Ranch, where we discussed creating a DVD of her course. He agreed to finance it, and on January 10th, 2002, we began taping an entire semester using a crew of USC film students. We filmed for 8 hours a week for 15 weeks, and this is the result.
Okay, so what are we going to do this semester?
Hey everyone, I am Judith Jones. If you are looking for photographs, which a lot of you are, let's face it, we need photographs every day, actors, models, even if you're just, you know, the milkman, you need photographs, okay? You need to look good. And if you want to look good, you've only got one man to go to, and that's John Michael Ferrari. You see, I needed to look good. So I went to John, and he basically took me to the most beautiful place in LA and took these wonderful photographs of me, and I really didn't even recognize myself because I just looked, well, let's just face it, I looked stunning. So if you want to look stunning like myself in those photographs, go to him. He will make you look beautiful. If you're pretty, he'll make you look prettier. If you're not pretty, he'll make you look pretty. John Michael Ferrari. That's all you need to know. So go to imagesbyferrari.com. That's the website, imagesbyferrari.com. And you can check out all his photography, and you can contact him there. You can look at a picture of me. He directed me, because if you need direction, which, hello, I do, he directs you too. So go and check that out, imagesbyferrari.com. You'll love it. You'll look great. Check it out. Bye, everyone.
Welcome back to ActorsE. I'm your host, Sandro Monetti. Now, please go to actorsreporter.com and click on the Actors discount link so you can make fabulous savings on a lot of the products and services advertised on there. Now, our guest today is actress and singer victoriasummer. And before the break, she was telling us about the latest movie that she's been shooting, an action movie called Higher Mission, which utilizes not only her acting skills and her accent skills and her action skills, but also her vocals, because you sing a song in that movie called Truth Hurts. Now, Victoria has a parallel career as a singer, and you can buy her music on iTunes. But before we flash that up, we want to give you a taste of Victoria's singing ability. So now this is the song from Higher Mission. It's called Truth Hurts. Anything you want to say to set it up, Victoria?
This is a song I wrote with a fabulous songwriter called Jay Angel, and it's about a breakup that I went through.
Ah, here she is with the voice of an angel, Victoria Summer, ladies and gentlemen.
Save my heart, catch my fall, 'cause I'm going down into the deep, but I don't want to drown, 'cause you'll never know which way the tables turn, and my heart has had enough. I got nowhere to run when I thought that I was done. It was love who pulled the gun. You shot me down, and the truth hurts, and the truth hurts so bad, bad, yeah, yeah. Maybe I just run out of love.
Fantastic! Fantastic! Awesome! Amazing! Stunning!
Sandro.
The wonderful Victoria Summer.
Thank you.
She sings, she acts, she dances, she models. And she's a guest on the ActorsEChatShow. We're so thrilled to have you here, Victoria.
Thank you, I'm very happy
Now,
to be here.
tell us about your music that we can download on iTunes.
Yes, I have a couple of songs which I released. Truth Hurts, the ballad, which you just heard, and more of an up-tempo number, Love Will Have to Wait.
And you said you co-wrote those songs, and were they both inspired by breakups?
Yes.
Oh, wow, you're the new Adele. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, no comment.
Now, what are we looking at here? This is one of your live concert performances, yeah?
Yes, my goodness, that was a while ago. I'm singing your song there. One of my favourite singers is Elton John, and I sing many of his songs, and yeah, that was singing your song. In Hollywood, actually, live in Hollywood theatre in Hollywood.
Yes, terrific, and there you are again in red. Great colour on you, Victoria.
Thank you.
So, yeah, did there come a point where you had to decide, I'm going to be a singer or I'm going to be an actress, or did you just think, I can do it all?
Well, I mean, I always struggle between the two, quite honestly, and I think I mainly focused on acting, you know, since I've been in Hollywood. But it just turns out that I got these roles that I was singing in, and then in High Mission, they suddenly decided they wanted an original song, and I offered up one of my songs, and they loved it. And so I've ended up singing and acting, which obviously I'm happy about, because that's what my dream, you know. So I'm fine with it.
And you've clearly got much better over the years at auditioning. I wonder if you can give our viewers any audition tips.
I think number one is be yourself. I mean, I get nervous before I go into auditions, and it's not easy to stay focused and stay grounded, you know, but I do work quite hard on that. And obviously, you know, be prepared. Go in the room and be prepared, do your research, you know, learn your lines, and, you know, go in as the character and really be that person. I think that's probably the best advice I can give.
There's lots of competition out there. What do you think you've done career-wise in the construction of your career to put yourself just slightly ahead of the rest and make you so employable these days?
I think it's consistent, persistent focus towards what it is that I want to do. You know, I try not to get too distracted. It's just something I work towards every day, and it's a question of letting go of the results and, you know, as I said, just staying on that path and just keep believing. Yeah.
And what mechanisms do you have for coping with setbacks? You know, when you go up for that really big role, you get down to the last two and you don't get it. How are you able to trampoline style bounce back from that and still go into the next audition?
I don't know. Chocolate. I eat a lot of chocolate.
That's always a great comfort.
So helpful.
You know? Yeah.
So helpful.
And we have another chatter question for you now, Victoria.
Victoria, the chatter would like to know, What kind of role did you play in How Sweet It Is, and what was it like to work with Joe Piscopo?
I played the role of a British teacher with anger management issues who happens to have a beautiful voice. And Joe Piscopo is a wonderful man. Actually, we spent some time together, you know, chatting whilst on set, and he's just lovely, humble and gracious, and so talented. So talented. So yes, again, an honour to work with him.
What are some of the lessons that you've learned over these last couple of years, you know, working with these professionals who've had these great careers for a sort of long time now, that you think will be able to sustain your career over the long path?
Yeah, I mean, obviously longevity is the key, and I think just number one, professionalism, just so professional. You know, really, what I noticed working with Tom is just being the character. And, you know, obviously I've watched all of his movies, and, you know, he always comes out with such incredible characters. And that's really something that I heavily admire, you know, of many actors, particularly Tom Hanks.
Yeah, there is Tom Hanks, who plays Walt Disney in Saving Mr. Banks, which will be in theatres December 2013, with Tom Hanks, Emma Thompson, and Victoria Summer.
And Colin Farrell.
And Colin Farrell is in it as well.
Colin.
Yes, indeed. Yes. Wow, you're really in the big time now, Victoria.
Oh.
This is fantastically exciting. And there's you know, Emma Thompson there in the middle. Yeah.
She's so wonderful.
Yeah, I've met her too. She's
Yes.
she's lovely, isn't
lovely,
she?
yeah.
And yeah, who are we looking at there on the left of the picture?
That's Ben Sherman, who wrote all the lyrics. Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman wrote all the music and lyrics.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
Isn't he delightful? We did an interview of him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yes, he was on set when we filmed that huge scene at the Chinese Grammar Chinese Theatre, and wonderful man. Met his wife too. She's lovely.
Now, you're at a great point in your career now, you know, very much on a launch pad. It's really sort of taking off. I very much admire the way you build your career through sort of social networking and web presence. So tell us why that should be so important to actors.
I think it's really important that actors are talking about what they're doing, and you're able to follow their career, you know, and just staying in touch with your fans. I mean, really, especially for music, the fan base is the most important thing, and it's so lovely to have loyal fans and people who follow you and
What's
are
your Twitter
excited
address?
about your work. My Twitter address is @victoriasummer.
And your website, victoriasummer.com, you know, very much sort of matches your brand, doesn't it? You know, look at the pearls there, sort of top right, and the elegance and the model shots.
And
you know.
roses.
And
I love
roses, yeah.
Red roses.
How important have you found it to sort of have this sort of persona off screen as well as on?
I think it's all about the brand, you know, that I follow Victoria Beckham very much on that kind of thing. You know, she created brand Beckham, and I think that as actors, you know, you are the brand too, and you're selling yourself at the end of the day. So, you know, you find something that you're excited about and inspired about, and I'm excited and inspired about clothes and accessories and shoes and handbags and.
Well, talking of clothes, that's a gorgeous outfit you're wearing today. Who are you wearing, as they say on the red carpet?
I'm wearing Natana El Couture, which she's a fabulous.
That's Victoria
designer.
Beckham on screen. Now, you've worn a few Victoria Beckham outfits in the past, but tell us about this one.
Natana El Couture, this is one of her outfits, and she's an incredible designer. She has a great line, and you can go to natanaelcouture.com and see her outfits there. And, you know, I try and wear as many of her outfits as I can.
Yeah, she dresses you for a lot of red carpets, you
Yes,
know.
she
And
does.
another way that you have contact with your fans is every month you put out the Victoria Summer newsletter, don't you, via victoriasummer.com and other sources. So what are some of the things you update your audience on?
Well, I always post links to any commercials that I have coming out, you know, that are on the internet. I, you know, post pictures of me on set. I talk about my next projects. I have all my social media links in my newsletter. So, yeah, it's just communication and talking about, you know, what inspires you and what you've been up to and staying in touch.
You clearly work so hard on your career, and it's wonderful you're getting the rewards for that. Do you think you've had to sacrifice anything to make it in Hollywood?
Yes, I do.
Well, what?
I think number one would be being away from my family. My brother had a baby last year, and so I was an auntie for the first time. And
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Very proud auntie, and he lives out in Switzerland with his wife. But I think really number one is, you know, obviously my mum and my dad and my stepfather are all in England, in Berkshire still, and you know, I'm far away from them, so I miss out on the family time, and I think that that's the biggest thing.
But they can see you in all these movies you're doing, so at least
they can. They can. Yes, exactly.
So that's got to be a wonderful bonus.
Yes.
Now, among your many other skills, of course, is keeping fit. I understand you're a personal trainer as well, Victoria?
I am a personal trainer. Yeah, I'm a personal trainer. So I still have clients in Beverly Hills and Hancock Park, and also in Santa Monica. And you know, I really enjoy helping people and working people out. I'm also a posture alignment specialist, so I help people.
Yes.
With their posture.
Join me after the break when I'll be standing up in a more erect position. Thanks to Victoria's coaching. You're watching ActorsE.
Actors, do you know how to best market yourself? You know, you have your headshots, resumes, and some things going on, but now what? What's next? Hi, I am an actor, and I'm Danny Pardo, and I'm here to share with you a new seminar that I have developed. It's called the Business and Marketing Seminar for the Actor. With easy-to-follow instructions, learn about the business of doing the business of acting. The seminar will enable you to become the owner of your own business. Now, what business is that? Your acting career, of course. Now, do you ever wonder why so many actors with little talent are constantly working? It is because they understand how the business works. In this seminar, you will receive the tools, information, and even files that will help you not only understand the business, but also to behave and think like a business owner. Where can you purchase this easily downloadable seminar? Go to ActorsReporter.com and click on the Actors discount page. Mention Actors Reporter for 10% off. Take control of your career with the Business and Marketing Seminar for the Actor.
Welcome back from the break. Again, you're watching ActorsE. I'm your host, Sandro Monetti, and my posture's a bit better than it was before the break after our guest is actress, singer, model, and posture coach and fitness coach, Victoria Summer. Now, go to the ActorsReporter.com and click on the Actors discount links for wonderful products and services. So, Victoria, it's been so much fun talking to you about your very busy career. What's life like for you away from the set?
It's quiet. I live alone, you know, in LA, and I have two cats who I adore.
What are their names?
Missy and Elton.
Oh, right, okay.
I named Elton after my favourite singer, Elton John. And he's a black cat, and he's wonderful. I rescued both of my kittens.
Good for you.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I actually rescued Elton's brothers and sisters too, and I adopted them out. There was 5 of them. So I have fun doing that. I love animals, and you know, reading, music. I listen to music a lot. There's Elton.
Oh, wow. Elton, you're a star. You're on TV.
Yeah, Elton. That was actually on set of High Mission in my trailer. They let me bring my cat to Oklahoma. I filmed out in Oklahoma for a month.
You see, this is what life is like. When you're a star, you're allowed to take your cat in your trailer.
It was
Fantastic.
so lovely.
Yeah.
So lovely to have him there. You know, it was great company.
Why did Missy not make the trip?
Missy's a little bit more shy than Elton. Elton's all over it.
That's High Mission, but we don't see Elton in the still unless he's in the helicopter.
He didn't come in the helicopter with me, no.
Now, you were also saying that you work a lot on sort of self-improvement. Can you just elaborate on that and how you use that for your acting career?
Yeah, I mean, as I said, I read a lot. I've read a lot of books. You know, I mean, I never had anybody to follow in terms of my career. My parents weren't in the business, and so I've always role modelled other people, you know, like Tom Cruise. But there's also, you know, people that I aspire to and admire, and I've followed many of them in their career and tried to take the steps that they took that were important to achieve my success. So, you know, I'm still working on that, and every day I'm learning. And
my goodness, who's that on screen?
That's That's me.
No.
That was about 2 weeks ago on a shoot, and
Oh, right.
I was doing a modelling.
I was going to say you have changed your hair quite radically.
And,
Yes.
and let me tell you that the Doves cut my hair, Christopher Dove, and that was a shoot for them. So I'm going to plug the Doves. They have a salon down in Santa Monica, and Christopher Dove responsible for my haircut. Brilliant, brilliant.
Very nice. You didn't decide to keep that look then?
Well, actually, that was a wig.
Ah, right. Well,
That was
yes,
a hairpiece.
yes.
That was a hairpiece. So
Yes.
yeah, I came in, they put it on, and I went and I took it off.
Fantastic. I thought it was a still from an 80s hairband or something like that. That's when you were touring with Motley Crue back in the day.
Yeah.
Now we're also there's the Doves that we were looking at there. Now we started the show by talking about this fascinating movie, Saving Mr. Banks, that's like Tom Hanks, Emma Thompson, Colin Farrell, and yourself. Now, what can people look forward to about the film when they see it in December 2013?
I mean, the movie, it's a great story, you know, and I think number one, you know, for me when I see any movie is the story, but people are so interested in Mary Poppins and Julie Andrews and how that came about, and that's what the movie's about, how the story came to be, and it's very exciting.
So what I'm curious to know is, now you've been in this big Disney film, can you get me into Disneyland free?
I don't know, I could try.
Do you get a free ticket?
I'm going to try, Sandro.
All right.
Let's go together. I love Disneyland.
Just a front of line pass, that'll do, Victoria.
No problem. I'm going to work it for you. I'm going to work it.
Thank you so much for all your chatter questions today. We have another of them now.
We'd like to review again Victoria's website.
Oh yes, you were talking before about how connecting with the fans and social networking is so important to you. So just run through the addresses of where we can find you online.
Yes, well, I have a Facebook page. If you go onto Facebook, you look up Victoria Summer Musician Band.
Oh, so that's your fan page?
That's my fan page.
You've got a lot of likes. Look at all that. Goodness me.
Some people like me.
Yes.
Some people click like.
Yes.
And then
you said Victoria Summer Musician Band on Facebook.
Band, yeah,
and this
that's
is your
the fan
IMDb page, Internet Movie Database.
That's my IMDb page.
And this is your music page here?
Oh, that's MySpace. That's MySpace. Yeah, and then that's my YouTube page.
Yeah.
That has a lot of my movie trailers, my singing videos, my commercials. That has all those posted there, some interviews.
Yeah.
And that's iTunes.
Yes.
Where you can download Truth Hurts and Love Will Have to Wait.
Love Will Have to Wait and iTunes. Now, who's that handsome fella? That's sandromonetti.com, where you can learn all about my upcoming projects, including my one-man show at the Hollywood Fringe. That's at Sandro Monetti, my Twitter. And that's miserablelesbians.com. That is the stage play that I have written and directed. Also check out the short film version on YouTube. Just put Miserable Lesbians into YouTube. I will be at the Hollywood Fringe Festival with my one-man show, Clooney, Cowell, Pitt and Me, where I'll be talking about all the great stars I've interviewed. Victoria might even feature in that show after today. We have another chat of questions just before we leave you.
Yes, let's tell the world that Miserable Lesbians is award-winning.
Oh, well, thank you very much. That's obviously one of my friends tweeting in there. Yes, Miserable Lesbians was the winner of an all-time record 8 Toscas. The Toscas are the awards for parody films. You can watch it on YouTube and miserablelesbians.com for our upcoming stage performances. I want to thank you for an incredibly entertaining hour with the adorable and inspirational Victoria Summer.
Thank you for having me, Sandro. It's an honour to be interviewed by you.
Oh, bless your heart. Thank you. You can come again. And thank you to all our viewers and chatters on ActorsE Chat. We're here Monday through Friday from Hollywood, California. Now, if you want to see all of today's show again, and who wouldn't, go to actorsentertainment.com and put the name Victoria Summer in the search box on the right, and then you can watch the show again. Visit Actors Entertainment on imdb.com to see some of the 950 plus entertainment industry guests on ActorsE. Victoria was almost number 1,000. Please follow Actors Entertainment on Twitter. The address is @ActorsEntertain. And join us on Facebook. You see, just like Victoria Summer, we love to have a social networking presence. So go find us on the Actors Entertainment fan page, and don't forget to like us. And we'd like to say a special goodbye to Stickum.com, who closed its site recently. Thank you, Stickum, for more than 4.5 million Actors Entertainment viewers. And a special goodbye to Ruth Kraft, who recently passed away. Now, Ruth was a former worker at Playbill magazine in New York. There's Ruth. And co-founder of the Performing Arts magazine in Los Angeles. R.I.P. Ruth. Stay tuned for Actors Reporter Animation, which won Best Animation by the Telly Awards. Great job, And Now Media and Pepper J Productions. You know,
Congratulations.
hands off, there's plenty of trophies in your future. And thank you again for putting a bit of summer in our day. The adorable Victoria Summer.
Thank you.
From Victoria and me, Sandro Monetti, thank you so much. See you again on ActorsEChatShow. Goodbye.
Bye.
What's that? ActorsEChatShow? Happens to be my favorite. In the morning, I want nothing but a cup of coffee, a bottle of Kahlua, 6 naked girls. Wait, no, that's not right. ActorsEChatShow.
Oh my gosh, hey, big Hollywood starlet that just happens to be walking by. Yes. I'm not from around here, but I want to be an actress just like you. What do I need to know? Kid, let me tell you. Whether you're a seasoned pro or a naive newbie like you, there's one thing you need to know. To get my first job, I lived in a slum, beat out 50 other girls to play a drunk bum.
I cried.
My first agent charged me 30%.
Thanks.
Working 3 jobs and I couldn't pay rent, but I'm an actor.
She's an actor.
A shark gnawed my leg on a beef film in Sydney. To pay for the stitches, I sold my left kidney. I finally made a union, their rules were complex. Their piles of paperwork fogged up my specs. But I'm an actor.
She's an actor.
I'm an actor. Well, that's rather disturbing, but what's the one thing I need to know? Don't listen to the critics. Don't follow all the tabs. Forget that sleazy photog and the agent that's got crabs. Go to Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com. Learn the tricks and the secrets without all the sweat. An info-packed one-stop shop. It's free and on the net. Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com.
But how can they help her?
Career cues, union news, makeup woes, advice from pros, insurance tips, choosing scripts, everything at your fingertips. Actors Reporter. ActorsReporter.com.
I just got a callback.
I'll do it.
Oh, hello. I'm Mary Jo Gruber. Thanks for joining us on ActorsE Live Chat Show. I'm just one of your ActorsE hosts, but as you can see, I'm also the ActorsE Live video editor, which means that I'm here, even when you don't see me. ActorsE is here to chat with you Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, or Hollywood time, as I like to call it. Our guests include actors, directors, producers, writers, singers, comics, and others that are all in the entertainment industry. You can see previous shows at www.actorsentertainment.com, and be sure to check out our guest index to find your favorite celebrities. See you next time. I'm working.